Welcome to another episode of The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media. We got a great one lined up for you today. You're going to see some really inspirational interviews with thought leaders and people who are really making a difference. But also, unlike any other show, we bring national content, but also local market expertise to help empower your American dream. Got a great show lined up for you. Let's go ahead and get it started right now. So now for the word on the American Dream. You often hear me say the American Dream is a show that combats negative media. What I also want to remind you is that it's your show, not ours. So we bring on all these inspirational interviews, local market expertise, but our job is to reflect the American Dream back to you. Here's how we can interact with you a little bit more. This is our Facebook page. We would love to see you follow this thing. We post all of our clips. Yeah, you catch us on ABC, NBC, CBS, but the world is changing. If you want to follow the show, if you want to follow us, find us on Facebook. We're posting everything there. We're sharing it. A lot of these things are going viral, and that's where you can comment on the show, give us feedback, but also tap into our resources if you need an introduction, if you need advice. If you want to email me directly, follow the show on our Facebook fan page, Instagram, and Twitter. And that's just the word on the American Dream. Let's start the show now. All right, welcome back to the American Dream. Joining us on set, the man, the myth, the legend, Billy Jean is marketing.
What's up, man?
Good to have you on the show.
Dude, thank you for having me.
Man,
good.
You got an amazing story. For anyone who might not know it, give us a quick snapshot of kind of what got you to where you are.
Born and raised in San Diego, and long story short, the worst thing ever is you watch a TV interview and they talk about themselves. Come on, man.
Hey.
I don't want to talk about me. I'm just an entrepreneur who's extremely good at using advertisements to get customers for businesses.
Yeah, and now you're out there. I mean, you're a whale in social media. You create great content, great videos. Just let's skip to the chase. Follow him. You'll love it.
Yeah,
it's
and
hilarious.
I'd say the short summary of it is I've had an agency for years, and that kind of transformed into teaching. So I've actually been educating entrepreneurs a lot over the last 4 years, and that's just changed my whole perspective on life.
So, okay, so you are an entrepreneur.
Yep.
So you've walked the walk. You help coach other entrepreneurs in this crazy online world.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know your backstory. I'm a college dropout, also
Same.
an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got that going for us.
There.
Sorry, Mom. But
my parents didn't talk to me for a year and a half when they
it
found
was
out.
it was
a big
rough,
deal,
right?
Yeah.
So, but the world's changed. Now, I'm not trying to say you shouldn't go to college. I don't want to say you should or shouldn't, but there's certainly opportunities for those who haven't or don't or dropped out. So, what do you think of that whole space?
I don't think the problem is college. The idea of learning something to get better, investing in yourself is great. The curriculum is what I have a challenge with.
Okay.
People are spending, like I went to the University of San Diego. It costs like $200,000 plus to attend there.
Yep.
To spend that amount of money and to come out with zero transferable skills into starting a business, to me, is the largest legal scam.
And debt.
And debt in the world, and that you pay off for 30 years.
You can't bankrupt, like,
Dude,
so no matter what, you're stuck with it.
Crazy. And what really like killed me as a minority entrepreneur, when you go into poor areas, and this could be white, black, yellow, orange, when you go into anywhere in the country that's extremely poor, the way out that everybody tells you is what? College.
Yeah, sure.
So you're training this generation of people that college is going to be the answer to a better life, but realistically, now it's the thing that keeps you a slave forever. And it's the scariest thing, seeing every narrative on television, on the news, talking about and promoting college for entrepreneurs, college for business, and then you get there and you literally don't learn one thing about social media. But if you ask any entrepreneur today, how are you going to start their business? They're going to say, leveraging social media.
And social media is a really interesting thing as well. You know, it's a fine line. I think it's the greatest opportunity in the history of mankind to build a business, build a brand. You've done it as good as anybody. There's a lot of people look at social media as well, though, and think it's nauseous nauseating. It's a bad habit for kids. So where do you draw that line, considering how much success you've had in it?
Here's the realness. I'll look at the camera and tell them, either learn this or go out of business. It's that simple.
Yep.
Like the Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, that's the ABC, the Fox News, the CBS, all that. That's what it is now.
Yep.
So for the people who refuse to ignore it and hope it just goes away, they're done. So like right now, if you and I decide, hey, let's go out and grab a beer, we're going to search on Google, what's the best restaurant to go to? And if you don't show up, you don't exist. It's over.
Do you feel like businesses are just romanticizing about the past because it's what got them to where they are? They don't want to learn new skills? What do you think?
I think that's beautiful. They're definitely romanticizing about it, but it's really an unwillingness to learn something new.
Yep.
Learning something, like imagine being in business for 30 years and having to go to the beginning again. You'd be like, dude, I've been doing this forever. I'm established. I don't want to do it. So you lie to yourself. You rational lie about everything and say, well, you know what, this social media stuff, it takes away from the personal connection. It's just a fad. It's just going away. And the next thing you know, your competition actually learned it and they crush you. And you're out of business and now you're one of the bitter people talking about Facebook ads don't work and everything's doomed and the economy is blah, blah, blah. Shut up!
Yeah. The relationships are always a key ingredient. This just allows you to cast a wider net and bring more relationships to you. So if you are a restaurant, having good reviews on Yelp leads more people face-to-face with you. It's not trying to circumvent the realness of a relationship.
Dude, business has not changed. There's just different tools to do it. Learn how to use the tools.
So you're coaching a lot of entrepreneurs now.
Yeah.
Billie Jean is marketing, so you're a marketing guru. What are some of the success stories of the people that you're teaching? How are you helping that entrepreneur build their own success?
I think what gets me the most excited is every single week that I teach. So I teach online. So we broadcast to the road, and once a week I teach for an hour. But every time I teach something tactical to make more sales. So the gap in college at most traditional schools is they don't actually teach you how to get customers. So when people start off, they go, post on their social media, call the people they know, that runs out in about 2 months, and then they go, holy cow, what do I have to do? And they have to learn about this thing called advertising. But because they've never been taught it, they're afraid to invest their dollars and not get an ROI. So we show local business owners how to get an ROI using their social media.
Let me chime in here. So you mentioned college there.
Yeah.
Well, let's go deeper into the social media space.
Okay.
You and I both know there's a lot of phoniness out there. What I've always really appreciated about you is I love the content, and I feel like it's very real, and you're actually giving real actionable things that you can do, real pieces of advice, not just fluff.
Yeah.
There is a lot of fluff and noise out there. How do you help people protect from that? I mean, there's so many people with all of these funnels and click here and do that and free webinar this.
99% of the industry is BS.
Yeah.
Genuinely believe that. And here's the only way that I like to choose my people. What's your track record? Nothing sells like proof.
Yeah.
Anything else, all the hype, I don't really care. Who have you actually worked with? Who have you done this with? And if they don't have that, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Because the rest is just talk.
All right, man. What's the future look like for this space, you think?
The
I'm putting you on the spot.
The future of the space right now is just everybody finally getting on board. Yep. So for example, everyone knows they should be doing the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube thing, but they're still not doing it.
Yep.
Over the next 5 years, people will finally start to adapt, but what's going to happen is the cost to advertise and to play on all these platforms is going to shoot through the roof. Because you're going to get all those people who are still spending billions of dollars on TV, news, et cetera, pouring into social media, and now the little guy can't compete. And you got to figure out what the next thing is. And technology hasn't created it yet. So everyone, get on board now before it's too late, because you will get destroyed.
Follow this guy, man. I get a real kick out of the stuff you put out there. Billie Jean is marketing. Thanks for coming on The American Dream.
Rock and roll.
This guy is The American Dream. More of the show coming up next. All right, when you're talking about luxury real estate, this guy's at the top of the food chain, really doesn't need an introduction. Closed $500 million in real estate last year. He is a part of season 11 now of $1 Million Listing and has a new program out helping you to invest in real estate. Josh Altman joins us on the show. Good to have you here, man.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
So people have to remember, not only are you a star on this TV show $1 Million Listing, but you're actually out there hustling real estate all year long. I understand last year was your biggest year.
Yeah, we had a great year last year. My brother and I, of the Altman brothers, we sold about $500 million worth of real estate. I may be a star on a TV show, but I can guarantee you I'm up at 5:30 in the morning and I'm showing about a dozen houses a day, no matter how big the TV show gets. So
yeah, man, the hustle is real.
the hustle's real, and people are like, "Wait, you still show houses?" I said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I got a job. I got to do this."
So all housing markets are local. You're primarily out of LA. People always have a fascination with what's happening in luxury real estate, from the market to what's trending. So from your point of view, what are we seeing in that niche?
Yeah, so people definitely are a little obsessed with LA real estate just because of the sexiness of the real estate, because of the sun and the fun and the mansions that you don't get in some of the places like New York or London. The market here, my micro market, which is a high-end residential market in Beverly Hills, Homely Hills, Bel Air, Hollywood Hills. I will tell you, it's as hot as ever. Other agents besides myself are all having their record year, which is nice. Record prices are being sold everywhere, but there's definitely the question of how long is this one going to last? Because people, it wasn't too long ago that the market dipped the last time, so everybody has that in the back of their mind. But right now, we're going strong.
Well, if the market's hot, you still want to get top dollar. If it's not, you want to be able to move the property. So you just discussed a little bit about the market. What about marketing? On the high-end luxury stuff, I know you have to take it to market a little bit differently. You're attracting international buyers. So what are some of the strategies that someone with a luxury home should look to when they're selling their house?
Well, yeah, we pride ourselves in being on the forefront when it comes to marketing these high-end homes. We really treat each one as a business. Matt and I, we're entrepreneurs all around, and each house is its own animal. From the incredible pictures that we take to the drone videos that we do to the 3D videos, but then marketing it globally is the most important, especially when you're in a market like Beverly Hills. We have to hit up China. We have to hit up Russia. We have to hit up the UK. We have to hit up everywhere in the country. It's not just locally. I would say half of the half billion that we sold last year, 250 million, was not local money.
Wow.
So that's always interesting to us. So we're doing a lot of deals with international buyers, a lot of Saudi deals we happened to do last year. So we'll see what happens this year.
Now, you say hit those different areas up. What do you mean by that? How do you get the word out across the planet on some of the real estate that you guys represent?
Well, we like to think ourselves as concierges for our clients, but we also work directly with a lot of high-end concierges that have access to real money. It's very important to get in front of the decision maker and the people who have the money from around the world, and that's one of our ways that we do that. Other ways is working with experts who specialize in marketing in those specific countries. There are magazines, there are websites that a lot of people have never even heard of that are extremely effective. Look, when you sit down on a private jet anywhere in the country, I want to make sure that when you sit down on that plush sheet of that G5, that when you open up that magazine, you see one of my clients' properties. So we are everywhere. We spend a lot of money marketing, and we always make it back tenfold. So we're very happy to spend money marketing because it also helps our brand.
Makes sense. So let's switch gears here. Everybody wants to know about Million Dollar Listing, very popular show. You got season 11 coming up. Congratulations on your success there. What's coming up in the next season?
Listen, I'm just excited they called me back. I honestly, I only planned for one season. So here we are 8 years later for me. This is a fun year for us because this is the first time we're going to be taping with my daughter, who just turned 1 year old. So the fans will get to see our daughter on screen, which is important because I met my wife on screen. My first date was on screen, my engagement, my wedding. So it's nice to have them all be part of it because they've been super supportive, very loyal fans. But at the same time, you're going to see, the crazy market that we deal with. And when you're dealing with lots of sellers in a good market, majority of the time, they're going to want to overprice their listings, which make it just a lot more difficult for us to do our job.
Well, it'll make for good drama on TV, that's for sure.
Well, I'm going to bring the drama every season.
Hey, real quick before I let you go, you have a new program out there where you're helping investors. Now, this is, I think, new to a lot of people that I don't know if they know that you do this. Explain what this consists of, how you're helping people, and who is, your ideal, student for something like this.
Yeah, so we just launched it about 2 months ago. It's called Flip for Life, and it's about investing in real estate. A lot of people don't realize that probably half of my income, if not more, is from investing in real estate, not just selling real estate. So the tips, the secrets, the tools that I've learned over the past 15 years investing in real estate, I give people an opportunity to hear those and go out there. We help you find the house. We help you finance the house. We take you all the way from A to Z because we want people to realize that, look, 99.9% of the millionaires in this country made their money in real estate. I love real estate. It's still an incredible investment, and I think it's important for people to get into it.
Is the strategy a flipping strategy or a buy and hold or both?
Well, that's the thing. There's so many different options. Yeah, you can of course flip it, and which I do all the time, buying houses and trying to sell them within the same year. But I also do it as quick as flipping a contract, or maybe I'll close on a deal and then I'll do some work and refinance it and hold the deal. So there's so many other options besides just buying a piece of real estate and trying to resell it that we talk about and we introduce to these people. Because I got to tell you, there's about a dozen ways to make money along the way of a deal. And I think it's important to educate people about that.
All right, man, the hustle is real. You sleep?
I did a couple weeks ago. It was great.
Oh, good for you, man. Hey, good luck with the investor program, certainly season 11, and we look forward to having you back on the American Dream. Thanks for dropping in.
Thanks so much for having me, and I'll go sell the dream while you do the American Dream.
Love it, man. All right, hope you enjoyed that. If you have questions about real estate, we'd love to help you as well. Feel free to reach out. The Josh Altman. More of the American Dream coming up next. Well, as you know, the American Dream is a national program where we focus on business, the entrepreneurial spirit, overcoming adversity, finance, the market, all things that are relevant to empowering your American dream. But a big topic of conversation on this show is housing. So what we do is we integrate local, top-producing, award-winning realtors to cover a wide range of topics on that subject, different micro markets, different niche subject matter. Housing is such a big topic, so we're going to bring you a lot of information right now from some of the best in your market. Let's check out these interviews. All right, so on the show we talk a lot about real estate, but what about actually diving into those transactions? One of the best in the business out of Portland, Troy Doty with Northwest Realty Source. Troy, good to have you on the show, man.
Hey, Craig, thanks a lot. It's great to be back again today.
Yeah, from your point of view, how's the Portland market doing?
You know, right now the market's still hot. We're just now getting into our summer market, so one of the best times of year to be selling. Homes are still selling quickly. Most of our properties are still going within a week or two if they're priced right. It's a great time to be selling a house here in Portland.
Yeah, that low inventory seems to be a national thing, but does show an appreciating market, which is always good. So recently you were out in the field and we were diving into inspections. Tee us up this clip we're going to share with our audience.
Yeah, so basically we're going to be going off site to Sandy, Oregon, where we just did a home inspection on a 20-acre rural property. We wanted to share a little bit about what a buyer and seller needs to be thinking about when buying a home and doing a home inspection. So here's a chance for you to go behind the scenes and see what it's like off-site at a home inspection.
Love it. Let's check it out.
Today we're out here in Sandy, Oregon. We're on a 20-acre farm property. We're going to be looking at 5 different structures today for a home inspection. We're with Adam Barker. He's with Northwest Home Inspection. Adam, tell us a little bit about what it looks like to do a home inspection.
All right, Troy, thanks. As you can see, this is a beautiful property here, and we're glad to be here. So what we do typically with a home inspection, it's a 600-item, 1,000-point checklist that we run through. We're checking out everything on the exterior, all the major systems inside the home. And on a property like this, it's kind of cool because we have 3 different detached structures, a couple pole barns, another house. So it's pretty exciting. I'm glad to be here.
Great, thanks for doing the inspection today. Let's go ahead and start. We're now doing our septic inspection. Today we've got Chris Clasen with Little Stakey Environmental Services. He's going to tell us a little bit about what it looks like to do a septic inspection on a property like this.
Sure, thanks for having us. So we have a large site, 2 homes, 4 septic tanks, 2 drain fields, a little larger septic system for residential than we're used to seeing typically. So we're going to do a little bit more in-depth inspection for this one.
Great.
What we have going on behind us here is the uncovering of the first septic tank for the main residence. We're going to be removing the lid here momentarily. We'll be checking levels, conducting a functionality inspection of the drain field, and then we'll move on to some of the other homes on the property.
Great, thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Cool video, Troy. So thank you for sharing that. I know it's not always the most glamorous thing when we're talking about inspections, but there's so many different important pieces of buying your biggest investment. What are we going to be talking about next time we have you on the show?
So next time I come on, Craig, we're going to be talking about multifamily, buying investment properties, whether they're single family or multifamily homes, and dive into to investment properties.
Good time to be looking at investing as well. Well, Troy, we appreciate you coming on the show. I really encourage our audience, if you have any questions about buying or selling or some of the nuances of a real estate transaction, I met Troy personally, one of the best in the business. Visit him online. Troy, thanks, man.
Thanks a lot, Craig.
And a quick reminder for you, if you want to follow our show outside of what you're seeing on cable here today, don't forget you can follow us online. All of our social media is below me here. Follow us, engage in the conversation. We'd love to hear from you. More of The American Dream coming up next. As you know, The American Dream is a national television show, but all housing markets are local. A city that I absolutely love is Portland. Traveled to Portland and met this gentleman, Terry Sprague, who's truly a leader in that space and a luxury real estate expert. Terry, good to have you on The American Dream.
Craig, it's great to see you.
How's the market doing out there in Portland?
It's robust. These are the playoff months right now.
Talk to me about some of the new builds that are happening. I know that you represent a lot of luxury real estate, but there's this Street of Dreams event. Tell us a little bit about what's happening in that niche.
So once a year, we have what's called the Northwest Natural Gas Street of Dreams. And we have over 80,000 people last year came to tour brand new construction. And it's an opportunity for buyers to purchase a home that has the latest designs, the latest materials, the latest appliances, and it's an opportunity for all of those companies to showcase their products. And it's a great opportunity for the buyer because they're able to purchase a home with the discounts included that those particular providers present to the builder.
Did you say 80,000 people?
80,000 people last year.
Wow. That's incredible. Now, you were recently
Amazing
on national news with this auction that you did on a 50,000 square foot property. Tell us about that.
Well, it made national news because it was kind of a disruption story and it was a very unique property. So there were two major players in the video space back in the 90s. There was Hollywood Video and there was Blockbuster Video. And Mark Waddles was the owner of Hollywood Video and CEO, began to build a 50,000 square foot home on the Willamette River here in Portland area. And in the late 90s, he stopped building it because obviously video went to streaming. And so for 20 years, this 50,000 square foot framed home sat empty. And Mark came to me and said, Terry, I want to sell it now. I'm ready to let it go. And how do you sell a Rubik's Cube, with 50 parking spaces and 50,000 square footage, literally over an acre of house? How do you sell an unfinished house like that? So what we decided to do was to partner with our luxury auction company, Platinum Auctions, and we were able to give it worldwide exposure. And because of the financial story behind it, the Wall Street Journal and other international news groups took interest, and last Thursday, we had 10 individuals come in from different parts of the country and locally, including the person who actually won the auction, who made a grand entry in his helicopter. And we found a market value that day. The hard thing is, what's the market value of a given luxury home on a given day?
Where do you
It's not
get the appraisal for that one, right? But
Yeah,
there's the market value, and then there's the marketing, and that's really what you specialize in. You brought new eyeballs to it, and were able to connect the dot between that buyer and seller. So, I mean, you determine the value.
Exactly. Well, unlike a stock market, there's no bid and an ask on a luxury home in a given day. So what we did is we set that day and we set that market value. The seller was very happy. We actually went out and had dinner with the buyer and his wife that evening, which was very unusual in an auction process. And I think all parties were happy with the process.
Well, Terry Sprague, you're one of the best in the business. I wanted to talk about some of your current listings, but we're running out of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to direct our audience and anyone catching this clip here to visit you online. It's terrysprague.com. I imagine they can learn more about you, all the listings that you have. Like I said, I know Terry personally, one of the best in the business, specializing in luxury. Just actually won an award for Company of the Year from Christie's International. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, thanks for coming on The American Dream. And I want to remind you, we truly vet the realtors we have on the show as experts for the show. But if you have questions about buying or selling, certainly in that Portland market on that luxury niche, Terry is your go-to guy. More of The American Dream coming up next.
Introducing S1 Connect by Synergy One Lending, a company committed to making your home buying experience easy and convenient. S1 Connect is the best way to simplifying your home buying experience so that you can get your dream home faster. Whether you're a baby boomer, a millennial, or a luxury home buyer, S1 Connect offers you the opportunity to receive real-time notifications about your home loan so that you're informed every step of the way. Apply for a loan from anywhere. Compare various loan scenarios to help determine which product best fits your needs. Track your home loan progress with real-time notifications. Safely and securely upload loan documents from your mobile device. And have instant access to your loan officer and real estate agent. Basically, we're all about speed, ease, and expertise at Synergy One, so download the S1 Connect app today. To learn more about S1 Connect, visit us at s1lending.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to find out everything we have going on at Synergy One Lending.
All right, that's all for The American Dream. Thank you so much for checking us out. Remember, our goal is to educate, empower, and engage your American Dream. Don't forget, we love you to breathe oxygen into this message. Follow us on social media, and don't forget, we'll catch you next time. See you next week.
The preceding program was sponsored by Ignite Now Media with promotional consideration by its affiliated partners.
Hey, American Dreamers. My number one job is to be your consumer advocate. When you see these guests on the show, I have traveled all over the country to vet the best professionals in your area. If you have a question, real estate, finance, mortgage, tax planning, estate planning, credit, whatever it might be, email me directly and I will respond before my head hits the pillow. Love to help you achieve your American dream.